Alright, what is up everybody? This is Gus with Trade the Pattern. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I scan for momentum stocks just to generate income. Okay, so these are going to be short-term trades. They're either going to be anything from day trades to swing trades to a few days out. I'm looking to ride the momentum, get in, get out. If the stock is working, I'm scaling out as the price moves up. If the stop's not working, then I stop out and move on to the next, and just wash, rinse, and repeat basically. It's just trading for momentum to generate income. Then that income can be used for reinvesting in longer term positions, etc., etc. So now the first things first, this is not financial advice, even if it appears to be so. I'm not a registered financial advisor. The information here is just to be used for educational purposes only. Okay, so let's move on to the good stuff. So now, one of the things before I get started, I just want you to realize is that strategies are like fingerprints. Everybody's going to develop their own. Everybody's going to have their own. Okay, so the information I put out here may or may not work for you, but the value in it is that you may be able to pick up things here and there that are going to help you and help you build your own particular strategy. Okay, so trading can be one of the most rewarding careers that you can attempt to learn. The fact that you can make more money in one morning than the average person can make in a week, a month, or even a year is just absolutely insane. But it takes work, it takes dedication, it takes a lot of studying. Okay, so just stay consistent with your approach. Don't take it as a get-rich-quick scheme, and just continue working, continue improving, continue to get better. Okay, so here we go. One of the first things I like to do is I like to run what first I use StockFetcher.com, something I've been using for a very long time. And I believe I pay $8 a month. I haven't checked. I actually, it's just automatically billed, but it's cheap. And I have some filters that are set up. There's a lot of pre-filters already in place. There's tons of them. So for those of you who are interested, I'm not affiliated with them. I don't get no commission or anything like that. But there are a ton of preset filters that you can use. So I like to keep it simple. I just want to know, I'm looking for momentum stocks. And what I like to do is I like to run my 8% scan. And I'm looking for stocks between $1 and $20. And the reason why I run, now 8% is it's not a magic number or anything like that. It's just, it just gives me an idea of what stock has momentum, and I usually like to rank them by volume. Anything below like 500,000 on the day, I'm just not interested. So we'll run the 8% scan, and then I'll look, and I'll set this to charts, and I will look, and you can see the script here. It's very basic. Okay, and this the day range gives me the stocks that have a high range throughout the day. So. And you can see I'm looking for this type of candles. Okay, see the candles? This tells me something. Now this one, obviously it probably popped pre-market, sold off. So that doesn't really call my attention. But these solid candles right here, for example. Okay, so E-Man. Let's take a look at E-Man real quick. And what I like to do is I go to FinViz. And I type in the ticker symbol. So this is just basically, I'm just showing you exactly how I go through it. Okay, now, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to get an idea of what they do. Designs, develops, manufactures, markets, organic light emitting diode displays on silicone, micro displays, etc. Video, graphics, yada, yada, yada. I'm looking for stocks that are in a strong sector or a theme. And the way I take a look at that is I will click on the industry that it's in. And right off the bat, I see a lot of red. So what I like to do is I like to click change and filter by the biggest percentage gainer. So it looks like this guy ran by itself, basically. So there's not a theme here. So it just kind of gives me less probability of me joining this thing. But I'm still going to keep looking. I'm going to still gather up more information. So, we have a big day here. It's a 47% gain. It was 49 million in volume. It's got a small float, not a super small or tiny float, but it's you know, anything under 50 million. I mean, you know, it's a small float. Short interest for 4.5%. I like stocks that have a high short interest over 20%. You will see this in red. Now keep in mind this number is not 100% accurate. It could be off, but that doesn't really necessarily matter, because what's more important is what other people are looking at. What are people seeing here, right? I mean, the short interest could be wrong, but people are looking at this. So I want to know what people are looking at. People are looking at this candle. People are looking at what they do. Also, I like to take a quick glance at the website. And if I really like the stock, I go in further. I look at the address where they're located at. I'll type that on Street View, and I'll use Google Maps, and I'll do the Street View, and I'll take a look and see where these people are at. A lot of the times, some of these companies are just complete scams. Well, most of the time, you know, they may have virtual offices from websites that sell virtual addresses, etc. A lot of these end up being like an address that leads to a shed or an empty lot. So it's always good that if you're gonna dig into something, you know, for a good momentum trade, you want a company that has a real product, a real company that exists. Okay, that doesn't mean that some companies that don't have it can't move, but again, you're trying to put the odds on your side. So, and I'm just going to take a look here at what the website is. So, micro displays. Let's see what else. All right, so basically micro displays. That's all I need to know. This is a little overextended, but I'm gonna watch it. I'll probably put it on my watch list, and I'm not gonna make a plan for it. I just want to see how it closes the next day. I don't really care what it's gonna do, because it ran so much, and last time it sold off, there's a lot of people trapped. And I will do a video coming up on how to read these charts in depth. Okay, how to read the crowd. Okay, basically right here, for example. You have a big day, but a lot of people chase this stock. You see this spike? In this spike, there's a lot of short covering. There's also a lot of people chasing. People that chase are not necessarily sophisticated investors. A lot of time they hold a bag, and they'll hold through a position. Then they get a chance to break even. So anyways, that'll be for another video. But I'll keep scanning. I'll keep looking, and you can also do it from here. Let's see. This thing has a base. So you can also click on that chart. I like to look at the big picture. I kind of like what I see here. So because I'm so used to looking at my chart here on Ameritrade, I am going to... Oh, this is MARA. Actually, I like this because this one runs with Bitcoin. So it's very volatile. It's a very volatile stock, but it's a former runner. Okay, and keep in mind this thing will probably raise. It's a very tricky stock. I mean, look at the spike, sells off. So I prefer Riot. When Bitcoin goes, and again, former runner, you see this big old spike. People remember this. People have this on the watch list. So when this thing starts taking off, people will jump in. This one's actually on my top list for tomorrow, or actually for this week. So anyways, we'll keep scanning. That looks good, but it's a biotherapeutic. Not a fan of this. Was an SOGO. That is a former runner as well. I like that. I have that on my watch list. Let's see, GCI, Ecom, GNCA. That one's got a lot of momentum going. I don't usually like when they're overextended like this. But you can see this, let's see, what July 20th. I'll show you in a minute. You can backdate these scans a week, 2 week, whatever date you want. And usually what you can do is you can find a stock that popped and has consolidated. This one, for example, this right here, when a stock has this gap in U pattern. It gives for a really good short squeeze. So again, I'll make videos on each one of these topics. I'm going to use this channel to make it more of an educational channel rather than recapping my trades like I was doing before, because it ends up affecting my trading. So you know, you end up feeling like you need to perform to make these videos, and then you start taking additional risks or hold on to trades longer. You know, just kind of it can kind of affect your trading. So I'll just focus on making this an educational channel. So we got Red Robin, and so honestly, it just on the first page, not necessarily too crazy about this scan. Vista Gold, there's gold has been popping. AESC, I like looking for stocks that have these bases here, these crystal clear areas of support. AESE, esports, okay. So these esports, oh, just dropped some. These esport stocks like GMPL, what was it, AESE? Ugly chart. I mean, very ugly chart. This is the daily. You can almost tell that it's a very small float. It's got a nice pop here. Got a nice. So now this may or may not be a good candidate, but here's what I like to do. Once I find something that I like, and this is just for the sake of keeping the video short, it kind of looks interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw what I call the line in the sand, right? I'm gonna start drawing areas of support and resistance, right? So clearly, you know, you can see the reactions here, right? Stalled. It kind of closed below. Stalled right there. So the area is somewhat significant. It's not like crazy obvious, but it's an area to keep in mind, right? So you have this channel here. So potentially, you know, it's probably going to need some news, something. But, you know, I'll set an alert here. Where'd it go? Oh, it's got the drawing situation. Okay. So I'll create an alert, and it'll let me know. And then I'll put another alert here right at the 200. And I'll set these two alerts. I mean, I'm not too crazy about this one, but it is holding support. It's got a very clear defined area of risk, right? So you know, if you were to take the stock, not that I would take it. I mean, I'm not a fan of the fact that the 200 right here is up here, and that could act as resistance. That could be a place, a potential. If I was in the stock and this thing runs up here, I'm definitely taking some off, because you can see right here there's a reaction at the 200. There's a reaction at the 200. Here it tried to break over the 200 but failed. So it tells me right away the 200 is significant. So I preferably, especially if you're new, you want your trades, your long trades. If you're trading small caps for income, for short-term trades, you want it to be over the 200 and the price to be trading over the 200 and over the 20. Okay. So anyways, this is just something I'm just gonna kind of let in the back burner. 1.1 million shares traded. That's about all I'm gonna look at on that one. So let's see, what do we got? And another thing you can do is, if I've shown you, is you can just look at them directly from here, and you can just click above. See, I like how this came out. You can clearly see. Let me draw a trend line here. I'm just so used to using my Thinkorswim charts that I have a hard time doing my analysis from, you know, on here. Let's see. I don't think I've ever. All right. But you can see, if you can see this line here, right? That's what I would call the line in the sand, right? So you have reactions right here, right here, right there, right there, right there. Now this stock came out, okay? So because it broke out off that trend line, I am going to take a look at it. This interests me. I like this chart. And so I'm going to take a look. I just forgot the ticker. AESE. No, that was not it. Yeah, no. Let me see. Let me go back. Oh, CYRN. CYRN. All right. Okay, so line in the sand. That's what I like to call it. What do we got? A 36% pop. Okay, so you can see the reactions. Okay, you're looking at for reactions. All right, so you know people are aware. Traders in this stock are aware of this, and now what I like to do is I like to start looking into the smaller time frames. Now, keep in mind the main trend on this is obviously down. Okay, and I can see earnings on 8/12. Now I'm going to zoom into the hourly chart, see what this looks like on the hourly. I'm going to turn off extended hours trading. And you can see a clear level of support right around 120. You can see the higher highs developing, etc. Finally, the stock broke out. Down here at the last news on this was 611. So why it's running, I need to figure out. If the stock is running on no news, it could be short-lived. Okay, it could be a pump from a room, from a stock trading room, etc. Let's see. So CYRN. Software infrastructure. I'm going to click on this here. If there is anything as far as a theme goes, there's nothing there. I mean, no, not really. So let's see. Technology. Obviously, technology's, needs no introduction. We already know tech has been hot for a while. So we're going to go back to the ticker symbol. I'm going to check out the website. Actually, before that, let me just take a look real quick what they do. Provides information security solutions, web, email, blah, 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 blah. Cloud security. Last set of news was June 11th. Float is small at 26 million. The only thing that interests me here I like the chart. I like how it moved. And let me zoom in a little closer. 15 minutes. It's a little overextended. It was trading in the after hours even higher. It does have a small float, but I can't really tell why it ran. So sometimes I'll check other avenues to see what people are saying about it. And see if you can type the same ticker symbol on Twitter and see if every now and then you'll run into somebody has some information that's not that you don't see here on Thinkorswim or on FinViz, and you can get an idea of why it popped. But so the only thing that interests me here, and let me take a look as far as the 5 minutes, see how this thing trades. So you have a candle that ran from 167 to 180, about a 20-cent range. 160 to 170, that's a 10-cent range. So we did about 30 cents. 20, 30 cents in 10 minutes on the daily. So I'm interested in a pullback here. See, this stock is now trading over the 200 and the 20. So I might be interested in a retest. But not too crazy about it. So now one thing I want to show you is how you can backdate this, for example, right? So let's go back at take a look at the gainers, the 8% gainers from a week ago, okay? And you can see this is from a week later. Okay, this is a good technique that I like to use because I like to see which stocks popped and then consolidated sideways on low volume. Those will have the potential to provide a second run. So a lot of these, you can see this got the big candle. This one, for example, IBIO, looks really well because it's holding over 5. So you can get a lot of information just from taking a look at the price action. This one looks really well as well. OPK, this one you can see this is not a good sign, losing good momentum. That does not mean it won't pop, but not a fan of it. I want to see stocks that are either pulled back on low volume or traded sideways after the move. And let's take a look at HTBX. I actually fumbled that one because I got stopped out. Then I got in, and honestly, let's see. I can't remember exactly what I did, but I know I fumbled that one big time. Yeah, it's got a nice chart. You can see right here. This is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. The stock has popped over the 20 and the 200, and it's now trading. It popped. This would have came up in the 8% scan, as well as here. Okay, and you see the trading sideways. Then you see it again. It would have popped again on the 8% scan here. So you can see. So this is a good candidate for possibly another day, for another move. I like this candle here, this doji. You know, you could see there was a tug of war basically between the bears and the bulls. So, you know, stock tried to sell off, bulls recovered. So, you know, stock tried to rally. Actually, stock first tried to rally, then sold off, then the bulls came in. And so I'm going to take a look at this on the hourly chart. As it sits on the hourly, it's under the 20. I'm not going to touch it. I would like to see it either drop into the buy zone on some morning panic, possibly right around here in this area. And this is why I zoom into the smaller time frames, because I want to see what the next level of support is, where buyers would likely step in. And it looks like $2 is a round number. I mean, you can see right here the reactions, the support, then it tried to sell off, pop. So I'm going to extend this here, and I am going to put an alert here. And I just want to know when this stock crosses to this downside. And I want to see, I'm not just going to jump in when it comes down here. I want to see how the price reacts. Is it going to do this? You know, I want to see it. I want to see it holding. I want to see it first form a short-term base. Okay, see right here. This formed a short-term base. And so anyways, I don't want to drag too long. I just kind of want to show you the process of what I go through and just looking for these stocks. You know, also we can go back a month and see what happened to the stocks that popped a month ago. And you can set it 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. You can just choose the date. But let's just take a look at a month, see what happens. You know, a lot of these stocks, you know, you can see. So we have a stock popped on the 8% scan, had a day after. So if you're day trading this on a break of previous day highs and you're selling into it, you could have caught, you know, a morning trade at the open. There's many ways to build strategies around the open or trading for in the morning. Some of these, you know, see this one did nothing. This one did nothing. This one had several days after it popped. This one did nothing. This one looks like it's holding though. It's trading sideways. See, I like the sideways price action. Stock moves up to a higher price, trades sideways. It's holding price. Okay, everybody is, you know, and you got a small flag here going on. So PHUN, I think this is a former runner. I've seen this one in the past. Yep. Well, It's probably gone through several reverse splits. Let's take a look at the 6 month. Just get closer. See, sometimes the scaling here take a look at the daily, see what it looks like on my Ameritrade. So yeah, kind of like the situation here. You know, you kind of got a flag. Price is trading over the 200 and over the 20. So all it needs, you know, latest news, you can see 724, 724, 717. So you know, the news are fairly recent. So you know, something I'd like to watch. So I'm going to zoom into a smaller time frame, and I'm going to take a look. Let me just put this in the right spot. You know, there may or may not be something here. You know, it's very choppy right now, so I'll take a look at it. I might be interested just to get an alert as it is, you know, if it starts regaining again, and perhaps you know, it would have to have some form of catalyst, some fresh news, etc. You know, to see what's going on with it. But yeah, that's something that I might be interested in. So I'll just put an alert. Wouldn't necessarily put it on my watch list, but as long as I have that alert there, and then I can see what's going on. You know, one of the things that stick out to me right now is that, you know, it runs and drops, pops and drops, pops and drops, pops and drops. So this is not a stock you want to chase. So anyways, I hope this gives you an idea of, you know, how to find momentum stocks. If there's anything I missed or you don't understand, just do me a favor, comment below. Also, I had several people ask me about my mobile setup, the USB monitor that I use. I'll leave a link in the description below to exactly what I use for my mobile setup. And but yeah, that's about it. Again, you know, I haven't done these videos in a while, so I just got to get in the flow of doing these things. For some of you, I apologize that I did not get these out to you sooner. I have a lot going on throughout the day, so but I'm going to start getting them out as much as I can. And yeah, once again, if there's anything you didn't understand or any topic you'd like me to cover, just comment below. Let me know, and then I'll start getting a list of things going, and you know, that'll give me some topics to make you know, some good education videos on. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next video.